I just feel like there was this voice in my head just screaming at me, telling me how I wasn't good enough.
I remember getting to a spot where I was like, I can't do this anymore. Whatever path I'm on is not it.
I got to be a bartender. Fell in love with being a bartender. So why am I up here and not still back at the bar? I couldn't sleep one night, and I'm rolling around in my bed, kind of tossing and turning, and I had the phrase that you see on the screen up there, wine to water, in my head over and over. My daddy, the preacher man, he told me about the water to wine story, but why is this weird phrase stuck in my head backwards? Well, maybe that's why I can't sleep. Maybe I'm supposed to do something about this.
When I think back about the wine to water story, or when I've, told it in the past, that actually wasn't the true beginning. All the locations right now where we have a presence, we're born out of hurt. We're born out of hard situations.
Many people are going to wonder, why are we bringing water to an area like the Amazon where there's water everywhere? And that's simply because the water isn't safe to drink.
It's so special. See how we can change the life of the communities. We start to think different. We start to think more in people than in other things. Material things come and go away as well. Pero the love for people and receive the smiles, that don't have price. It's really, really special.
Before another filter, I was very sick. This water was killing me, also my family.
And so the Dominican Republic, I met an amazing team of people that worked together to make these filters out of clay. And I'm like, this technology is amazing. I learned about it from Radameus.
We use clay, sodas, and silver.
You can see the flow, how the filter flow, drop by drop.
I work for passion. I work to empower the people, to live, to work.
You can't help but be blown away. One person here with local materials is impacting their community in such an incredible way.
All the pieces that you look here is from old vehicle.
That's from an old bike?
Yes, from the old vehicle.
So you just made this machine?
Everything I designed. Developing a new idea, I be the most happy man of the world.
Make music.
That was awesome. That was great. I love that.
I feel it like this is the end.
maybe we are not going to see tomorrow. We were so scared. It was a massive earthquake. It shook us. It shook me personally. It was there that I wanted to work for my people.
Roshni, one of our earliest volunteers, rose up delivering water filters to people that have lost everything in those early days, and now she leads all of our programs.
We found new opportunities out of the disaster to work more, to help more people. It has grown from where we have started. Beauty out of the ashes. It's just like that.
The women had to walk all the way down. I mean, you can't even see it, but you can hear the water. All the way down to the river to get the water and walk it all the way back up. That's what they did all day long. They couldn't do other work. All they did was take journeys back and forth to carry water.
There was a school on the top of that hill. We were walking. It was very steep. It was the first time when we entered in this community, in these areas. There is a lady who is just walking down. That school is dependent on the rainwater only. So if there is no rain, someone has to go carry the water for the school. On a daily basis, she does 6 to 7 trips. And each trip, it would take her 45 minutes to go down and then 45 minutes to go up. That lady, 7 trips in a day to provide the water. How can this be normal?
I had no idea there was women and kids walking 4 and 5 hours every single day to get something that I have coming right out of the tap that I've never thought twice about. Had no idea, no clue. I had no clue the number one killer of children, the number one reason why a child, even today, is not gonna make it to the age of 5 in the world was because of dirty water. I had no idea.
I did not know how much it is going to take, but we need to work here.
You see travelers come and be a part of it for the first time. It helps me to remember those early days and why I fell in love with this work from the very beginning.
We're asking you to engage with us, to go on this journey to see how we work together with communities and the impact that this can have in the lives that we work in.
It's exciting to have volunteers come and see not only our work, but see the communities. And instead of having the mindset of serving, instead of having the mindset of helping, saying like, I'm opening myself to really learn about these people and empower these people.
When you go to a different place and you open yourself to learn, I can guarantee like this experience is priceless. It's priceless and it's forever.
We drive from the village to a random cutoff, and then a truck goes like switchbacks back and forth, gets as far up as they can, and then we hike up from there up to the village. We are connecting distracted by a chicken.
It's all an adventure. When volunteers make dirty hands, it's so beautiful.
It's super hot. It's super tough.
I am very happy. I'm very tired, very happy to do this.
We are digging trenches alongside the village people, and they're actually doing it way faster and more efficient than us and teaching us how to do it.
seeing them carry the cement bags on their head when I can barely lift it off the ground.
I tried picking them up, and I don't think I even budged them.
Please don't stop.
Okay. First impressions?
Not easy.
They came out of the field yesterday with all that foliage and crops, like their whole body was covered in those crops, and that was all to feed the goats. I mean, I sit at a desk all day. I could literally never imagine having to work that hard every day.
All right, come on, we gotta get more.
They can as well see the people in the community working together for one goal. It's so beautiful.
We did it.
After this project is completed, 17 homes, 84 people will have access to safe and clean water for at least 20 years.
We want that all the silver spun into the water, okay?
Rada and his team were amazing. Not just the design of the filter, but the design of all the equipment that's used to make the filter. And to see the pride on his face, to see the ease of use, even somebody like us that we come in for one day, we can learn. Counting up the number of filters that we created, I was like, it's amazing, we did this. We were able to do this with our own hands.
The fact that I was able to create something that can provide a sustainable future for them and their children is beyond explanation.
Understanding that one filter can support a family of 5 for 5 years literally is a matter of life and death.
Growing up, between here and the United States, people would drink this water from the river constantly. I mean, I know that we got water from the river. But when we went back to the United States, we had to go to the hospital. They'll give you medicine for parasite. Imagine if that's left untreated and these folks continue, drinking water with parasite. It's going to kill them.
Coming here to the Dominican Republic, I can relate so much with the people who live here. When I was a little kid, my family did not move actually, fled from the Democratic Republic of Congo, central part of Africa, to Burundi where we sought refuge. We did not have access to clean drinking water. And I know how important it is since we say water is life, and I'm probably alive because I started getting access to clean drinking water instead of drinking contaminated water. So that's why we're here.
Seeing the dump and the garbage, just realizing that access to clean water is impossible for some people.
There's more kids here than we were anticipating.
I mean, I honestly thought I couldn't do this. I mean, I talked to friends about it that, I'm putting myself in a situation that's really uncomfortable. Sorry. And I thought many times I didn't think I could do it. And you see these families just surviving in different ways that, how could I be so ignorant? We have the power to make change.
Before they have to carry water from that water source, it was a very difficult for them. Now it wouldn't.
Not so hard.
Yeah.
How did they meet
each other? They were 16.
Wow.
At the age of 16, they got married.
Oh my gosh. You still like him?
She love him, but sometimes they quarrel too.
I hear that.
You come with these ambitious ideas about what you're gonna do, but that in reality, first things first is you need to see people, you need to understand them, you need to understand the culture, but also I think it gives you an opportunity to see how people make decisions for themselves and their lives, and how to respect that in a sense. You know, that like, I'm not here to implement, I'm here to support what you already have. We call it confianza. Nothing can happen if you don't establish confianza. And confianza is more than trust. It's being seen and being heard. And it's a mutual, unspoken understanding.
Creo que no todos toman el trabajo con...
The thing she likes the most about her work with Wine to Water as a community mobilizer is the ability to build a relationship and get to know the people through this work. These communities are very close to the outside world.
Cada comunidad es un mundo pequeño, muy diferente. It's really, really important go and come back with a community. We have to be present with all the process. Not is only go one time, help, the typical, and take a photo for social media and social networks. No. We try to concentrate in a community and really make a big impact.
It was very difficult to work, but we are able to get the water to the houses.
In the early days, we knew that water was just the beginning.
Once they get the water in the tap, they can water their plants, their vegetables, the gardens. So it's much more than what we see, what we think.
She is one of the leaders of this community. She learns this beautiful work from her mom, because now she has clean and safe water. She can spend more time making this. She sells this, and with the money she can buy food for her family.
Elia?
Elia, the name.
Is it E-L-I-A, maybe? Okay. H-E-L-I-A. Perfecto.
Pero digo eso because she wants to go and show you. She now make a reality her dream to do this each day. Because now she has time and she has water.
So it's not only for myself, but it's for all the other people in the community. Now we don't have to go and wait for 4 hours to get the water and then come back. It's so easy for all of us. She earns really well. She's like, I don't want to ask all the time to my husband to give me some money. I want to have the power to give money to my husband. So that is something I was like, yes. Oh my God, these are all for me. I think this is going to be enough for the whole year. Oh, thank you so much. Dhanyabad.
Para ellos,
What she sees here in these communities is that people value the water in their homes so much more than those of us who have always lived with it, because they know what it's like to live without it.
My wife loves to be a part of this work, and when she does it, she likes to do it on her own. She's like, you stay with the kids, I'm out of here, you know? I remember when she came back on one of her earlier trips to Nepal, she said, you know, in the early part of our trip, we got to dig this well in this community. really remote, poor, untouchables in the society in Nepal. So we dug this well, and then we did other work. And before we left, we got to go back and check on the well in the community. And one of the biggest things I noticed immediately was the colors. And I'm like, what do you mean, the colors? She said, they have to walk hours to get their water before. So they can't carry enough to do laundry. They can't carry enough to take care of themselves, bathe their children, and take pride in their appearance. They had to only carry enough to survive. But I'm a mom. I do my kids' laundry every day. I take care of my family, and I noticed their quality of life in a small amount of time, just a week or two, drastically increased. And that's when I realized the work that we're doing goes so far beyond the water that we're bringing. I don't come close to even understanding or seeing the impact that it truly has on these communities the way my wife does. I've never viewed our work the same since.
I say this, I say it everywhere. If you teach a woman, she teaches a family, she teaches a community, and that educated community educates the whole country. When I was started, I was very young, and I'm not very tall. You know, in the system, the government system, there are many men. Rather than talking to me, they would look for a man. How can a lady be a leader, you know? Where is your manager? And then I struggled that a lot. But I had a trust in myself. Like water supply is not only I am here to just support these people, these women. It is a patriarchal society. They say that you are richer when you have, more sun in the houses. So everything is according to men. Women are the ones who are taking care of the children, of the family, are responsible to get the water. The responsibility of the houses is the women. If she's the center of everything, of all the work, then she needs to have the power to speak up for herself. So that is why we make sure that it's 50% involvement of both male and female in our programs. Nobody is excluded. We have also 100% women's water user group committee. By the end of the project, the same lady who's very shy, who does not want to come out of her house, now she's the leader of her community and everybody listens to her.
In communities where women tend to work behind the husbands, today with water we are able to give them a voice of their own.
We're all here to support the community to have access to clean drinking water and hygiene. And today's program is all about menstrual hygiene management. And
in Nepal, menstruation is not seen as a normal or natural process. Culturally, it's very unpure. There are many myths that attach with this. If a girl is menstruating, then she is kept away. Girls drop from school because of their menstruation. Out of shame, they would not go back to the school and then they remain at their houses. In the far western part of Nepal, girls are kept inside the cowshed. Government and Wine to Waters is trying to work on this to provide more education and awareness regarding menstruation.
Your mother is engaged in
We gathered women, we talked about the periods, management of the menstruation, and then we also provide pads to these women. We employed 2 women, and now we are making reusable pads. That one sample would help these girls manage their period for the entire year.
That helps keep
When I came to Nepal the first time, Rashini and I talked extensively just about the challenges with women's health. They were using dirty cloths, and I was like, I don't know, I'll just pitch the idea and see how it goes.
I think everyone was kind of dancing around the subject, like, can we even do this? Years later, they have a team that is creating them, is selling them, is marketing them, and is teaching about the reusable pads.
Seeing them not have to worry about having their period and being scared or not being healthy, it's just so moving to know that one small step can change so much in a community. And that's the part that is really amazing to me. Yeah.
They don't travel much, and to see people from other countries in their remote village, they're very happy, very welcoming, and they want you to visit them again.
I wasn't expecting to be hit so hard when we were in the communities. I think I just wasn't expecting to have connection with the people because I couldn't speak to them. But a smile goes a long way, and a hug, and the love was so tangible. I got sick in my 20s with a rare disease called moya moya, and from then on it was my mission to make sure that the lives of other people were uplifted by my presence. So I really enjoy giving back because even if it's just a smile, somehow you can hopefully make someone's day brighter. Wine to Water really spoke to me because water is so important to health. Kids in these developing countries who don't have access to clean water are going to automatically be at a disadvantage with their health. When I was reading Doc's book, he talked about the people of Darfur screaming moya, moya, moya. It means water, water, water. And so that's really cool. I have a tattoo on the back of my neck that says moya, moya. And it was like a full circle moment. I feel like I was meant to be here.
I was most anxious looking at the itinerary for the trip and seeing the day that we'd be going into people's homes and wondering what that's gonna feel like. The woman that we met with welcomed us into her home, gave us hugs before we even started talking. All of that anxiety, I think even as I was sitting down at the very beginning, it was just melted away, just moments after we introduced ourselves.
Heriberta. Her name is Heriberta, but everybody knows her as Eriva. Erivo.
Hola, me llamo Doc.
Hola, me llamo Kelly.
Her doctor said, you need to make sure that you drink lots of water, and that she's very grateful that she has the water to drink. She only has one kidney, and she didn't know. And she said that her doctor told her that.
Yeah, I only have one kidney.
Él también.
I'm a cancer survivor. At 16 months, lost a kidney. So having one kidney, I'd have to be cognizant of drinking enough water to flush my system every day. So I know that we say that water is a necessity for people, but to me, water is also a second chance. And just being able to hear the woman's story, that's really when it came full circle for me.
Kelly, this beautiful woman obviously has moved you in a certain way. Can you just talk about what you're thinking?
I'm afraid to talk because I think I'm just gonna sob the whole
Your hands remind me of my grandmother's hands.
Que las manos le recuerdan las manos de su abuela.
And you have a very calming spirit about you.
My grandmother, her and I were thick as thieves. I was raised by her. I'm able to pass her pay it forward mentality whenever I get an opportunity to go volunteer or to help out people that need it. I look at it now saying I never really lost my grandmother.
Voy a orar por ti, and she's gonna pray for you.
You guys pray now. I will be praying with you guys at home.
Despite the language barrier, despite the differences in how you live your life and I live my life, at the end of the day, there are so many things that connect us, like water.
A mí todo el mundo me quiere, yo no sé por qué.
She said, everybody loves me and I just don't know why.
A lot of times there's this misconception that what a volunteer or even what I'm coming to do is to actually build this filter, actually dig this well or dig this trench. That's gonna get done, we're gonna get it done. That moment happens when there's a connection between that person and another human being from that place. If you get to hang out with some kids at a school next to a trash dump and play with them and get to be a part of their day. Give them a window into your life and you get a window into theirs. To me, that's why we're all here on this planet. It's about something much deeper than any well we could ever dig.
I think I had my eye on the building the filters and being in the community and not necessarily thinking about how it's gonna affect us when we go back to the office and how it's gonna affect us back at our homes and our families.
Clean drinking water is a necessity, a right, an opportunity to create life and to continue life. Folks can do something rather than just sitting on the sidelines.
This is wonderful to see that even though we might come from different backgrounds, we are just the same.
No one chooses to be poor. I know there's something special in them. They just need a chance. We are all human beings, and we have so much that we can contribute for the betterment of any community.
I think that when I came on this trip, I thought that I was coming to help the poor. I think I'm going to walk away from this trip knowing that maybe I'm the one that's poor. We don't need everything that we think that we need all the time. You know, there's so much beauty around us without all of the extra stuff that we always feel like we need.
The work that we're doing is extremely significant and adds value and literally saves people's lives. But I realized that I'm the one that is receiving the greatest gift. I'm the one that ends up being taught the most by far. Sometimes when you go to what some would consider the most impoverished communities, they're the richest people I've ever met. I would hate to think there's people that go through life that don't get to experience that kind of wealth. Just doing life with people that have nothing in our standards, but in truth, they have the whole world. When you love something so much and you pour into it, you're the one that ends up receiving the most in the end, the most joy. And that was the gift of Wine to Water.
So why am I up here and not still back at the bar?
I was in a pretty difficult time in my life, to be honest. I remember getting to a spot where I was like, I can't do this anymore. Whatever path I'm on is not it. And I remember very vividly going into this bathroom at a bar, and I just locked the door, and I kind of like got on my hands and knees and was like, you know, I don't know if a guy like me has much value in the world. I don't know who's out there and if you're listening, but if you're listening, then you can use a guy like me. I'm available. I'll do whatever you need or want me to do. If you're at a place in your life and you don't know what's in front of you, but you know the path that you're on is not it, it's a scary place to be, but it's a beautiful place to be. Doesn't matter what your role is, what you do, what you don't do. You have an opportunity to have a massive impact on this world and on people. I had no idea this is where we'd be. Gosh, to look back, it's like watching this beautiful piece of art unfold. And I'm not the one holding the paintbrush. I get to be just a note on that page and be a part of the symphony. And I'm excited as I'm hearing this unfold. I'll enjoy one day when it's all over, looking back and listening to the whole piece.